Hey guys, Julian here. I'm just down at Loch Street here in Karrakatta, and I will be reviewing the Loch Street train station. So there is the High Wycombe, the train from High Wycombe rather, going to Claremont. Okay, so let's begin. Here we go. So located just on Loch Street in Karrakatta, this station was first opened in 1954 just as part of the conversion from the steam train to the diesel locomotives, which allowed for spaces to be shortened between stations along the Perth Metropolitan train network. So this was built, the station here, to accommodate basically for the growing needs of the community at the time. I'm just standing at the parking area. So there's only a handful of parking spaces because this is one of the many train stations that on the Fremantle line that serves the community within walking distance, so walk to station concept. This is the Railway Road side, and we do have the train replacement 906 to Perth departing from 19507 just on the station side, and then on the other side we do have the 906 going to Fremantle just on the cemetery side. So let's go and have a look at that stop now. Okay, here we go. So just on the cemetery side is bus stop number 19510, and it just serves solely the rail replacement bus 906 to Fremantle station on those days where there are rail disruptions. Now, as you can see, the stop here has been upgraded to comply with the current disability and inclusion standards. So raised curbing, which allows for the actual bus to kneel down and put the ramp out. So not to worry, there are fully accessible bus service here, buses that operate to get you to where you need to go. So let's go back to Loch Street Station and we will continue the station tour. Just before we do that, we have a signalised crossing here, just like at Grant Street, which we'll visit later on in this series. So let's go now and test out the responsiveness, so how quickly it takes from the time of pressing the button to how long the light changes. So for a pretty busy road here, there we go, it changes fairly quickly. And there we go. So you can cross this crossing to get to that rail replacement bus stop rather. And it features the countdown timer. Now we do have a access ramp, so right here is the steps if you're needing to go up walking, which will take you to the pay and display section there, so the smart parker and the pay by plate. So we'll go up this access ramp here. So there are a few features as to getting to the station, a few options to take. Now this station is located 8 kilometres from the Perth CBD, is still in Fare Zone 1, and it is a 2-sided platform station with the shelters, sometimes referred to as huts. Here we go. Here's the Optus Stadium event service disruptions. So every time there's a stadium event, Transperth will put down what disruptions are going to be just in this board here, which is really good. So like I said, we have the smart parker system, pay by plate, both operational by your smart rider. We have the bin, bit of information here, and this will take you up to platform number 2 to Fremantle and to Claremont. But today we'll go and have a look across, down through here, across the crossing. That's what it looks like. Two-sided platforms. And then further up here is where the Showgrounds train station is. So, and if you continue down here, this takes you to the Stubbs Terrace, which is also the same road that goes parallel on this side to where the Karrakatta train station is a bit further up. So Karrakatta and Loch Street stations are only located about 600 metres apart from each other, which makes them one of the closest stations, if not the closest stations on the network. And here's the sign here for the Platform 1 Perth bound and High Wycombe via Perth, and you got Claremont and Fremantle, Platform 2 just over the bit here. Now we can go up this ramp here, or you can continue up this bike PSP. So there are a couple of options to get to this station, guys. You do not have to walk straight up that ramp from the pedestrian maze. You can walk along here and we have the ticket information, and there we go, Perth PID board. Now, like at the previous station we toured, this side here, so the Perth bound side, has this box here containing all three systems. So the information vending, emergency button, and your ticket vending cash ticket machine. So we'll just test to see if this is working.
Next train to
Here we go.
Perth departs in 3 minutes. The train stops all stations, followed by High Wycombe departs in 8 minutes. The train stops all stations.
I like that bit. It adds the next service. It's more common on the Midland line, especially around Bayswater Station. Anywhere from Perth to Bayswater, it does do the followed by, but I've noticed at a few stations along the Fremantle line it's not doing it, so it didn't do it over at Karrakatta. And then we've got the info line button as well. Defibrillation is right up here too, so if you ever need it, it is on the Perth bound platform, not on platform number 2 to Freo. So just keep that in mind, guys. We've got seating as well, and a very nice artwork as well. There we go, just up the top we've already seen this side. And that Smart Rider processor as well, so you will have to, if you're coming up from this little bit on the other side from Stubbs Terrace, you will have to walk over here to tag on, because there's only one Smart Rider processor on each side of the platform. So we have now the B series train coming in, going towards Claremont before it turns around at the siding to do a return trip back to High Wycombe via Perth. So let's view it come in now. So set 72. There we go, it just fits on the platform. So of course at the moment they've got 3 car trains operating here. Now it won't be until 2034 when they increase the length of this platform just in the other direction. I'll show you in a sec. So we've just got this Midland bound train coming in. So this is quite a common occurrence, like I said in my Karrakatta video. 19 at the front, do apologise for the wind, and 27 trailing. So this is the most length you will get on the platform at the moment. So as I was saying, from 2034 they will be extending the platforms along the Fremantle line and some of the older heritage lines too. And it will be going just in the northeasterly side. So let's have a walk down there now. Okay guys, so I'm at the point where the Loch Street Station used to end, the length platform, but it wasn't until 2009 when this platform was extended to be able to carry the 4-car trains, because back on the 18th of August in 2002, the Loch Street Station along with the Grant Street stations could only carry 2-car trains, so that meant there was a lot of skip stopping. Now, it was proposed and it was fulfilled by the then government to extend them, and as you can see, that's the difference in the actual platforms. Now, from 2034, as I was saying, they're going to be extending this platform on this side here all the way down to cater for the 6-car trains, so that will be really good. Now we've got a Fremantle bound train, number 9 at the front, and set 44 at the back. So that is one of the last sets they ever did of the A series. So of course it went up to set 48. So that was just a quick stop because the people would have boarded the train to Claremont. So services go roughly, well, since the 10th of October in 2022, the airport line was introduced to this section of the Fremantle line. So between Claremont Station and High Wycombe. So it was sharing also the Midland line between Perth and Bayswater, like I said. The additional service was commenced, so we get a lot of train movement around here. And originally the services were every 7 minutes off peak, but since they're roughly about either 7 or 8 off peak, and on peak roughly back down to about a little quicker, so depends on the weather and whatnot. So here we go, 3-car train. This one is set 122. And this, of course, is one of the last sets on the B series, because they did up to 126. Here we go. Go. Cool. Okay, so I'm just at the very end of the platform. I've zoomed in now so that we can have a look at that distance between the station here at Loch Street and Karrakatta. So they did run a skip stop pattern. They had the Karrakatta to Swanbourne skip stop service as well, which was a K pattern, and of course the Grant Street to Loch Street, which was skipping as an L pattern. And they did that because of the low patronage as well, so they didn't deem at the time in the early 2000s that it was necessary to have the train stopping all stations, including this one and at Grant Street. So it's good they extended the platform, and now looks like we're going to get 6-car trains in the next 10 years or so. Okay, so we'll go down the ramp here and we will cross over to platform 2 to continue on the Fremantle side. So it's basically carbon copy of the Perth bound shelter. And we just go up the ramp here. Now we do have the open station smart rider processor on this side bin. We have the sign again, Loch Street. Of course, the passenger information display, this time showing Claremont in 4 minutes. The ticket information bit, information section for the next service, and also the cash tickets. Just like the other station at Karrakatta, it is only just the basic 2 here on this Fremantle side.
The next train to Claremont departs in 4 minutes. The train stops all stations, followed by Fremantle departs in 7 minutes. The train stops all stations.
Excellent, and we have the info line button as well with the emergency help button. And yep, so we've got the Metronet system map with the information as well on the disruptions. And we had a bit of artwork as well, just on the other side there. No defib. This side you have to go to the Perth Sound platform. But we do have this section here for the passenger information display. So they do have the 2 screens at each side of the platform. Now we have the Claremont bound train just coming into Karrakatta. Here we go, guys. Set 84. Thank you for joining me today in this station video for Loch Street. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, join me on Instagram, and join us on the Discord page. Until next time, happy transporting. Bye for now. Set 45 here. And set 7. See ya, bye.